Trying to work as a clinician and also then suddenly trying to run a business, having no business experience whatsoever before. All of a sudden I had, staff of 15 and life was just chaotic. I was trying to clinical work, trying to paperwork, as well as trying to manage staff. I just thought staff manage themselves.
Is demystifying the key to good leadership, and this is a really unique way by which you can actually learn the skills that lead to, running a successful team and ultimately a successful business.
Developed in my veterinary career and as a business owner, I realised that I knew more about being a vet than being a person manager or people manager. I started recognising early that I didn't really have the skills that I should have to run an effective business.
And not having, the experience coming from a teaching background, and wanting to make the team a really successful team, wanting to be able to work with the team so that we could actually start to build the business back from the ground up, and make it a really happy, harmonious place to work in.
It was always one of the weak points. So I decided that, having spoken to Paul after doing another small leadership course, that it was a good idea to give it a try.
For me, learning the differences between being a leader and being a manager was pivotal, and it's something we learnt sort of very early on, but something I hadn't considered before. And I would say I was definitely much more a manager than a leader. Sort of had the ideas that you sort of, was often doing things rather than delegating, and have since learned that, to get the most out of the team, you've got to empower them and let them have the ideas. It's not all going to be about you having the ideas and the way forward.
Learning the difference between the right people in the group and the wrong ones, and knowing how to choose them.
Actually, how to run a meeting in the first place, how to actually instill some sort of belief in in my colleagues, and also my staff. Open it up to a stage where I've started to be able to delegate a lot of stuff that I used to have to do myself. The course has given me that sort of structure and educational exposure to do this.
So it really puts things into perspective in the clinic and how things are running and where you need to work on that.
So it's a great thing for personal development as well as development for the team that you're working with.
Teenage boys, and it's given me sort of a bit of an insight of how to manage them, as well as how to manage interpersonal skills. Because basically the core is your own behaviour and your own relationships, whether they be family relationships, staff relationships, and developing business outside of the clinic as well.
I've not only applied this in the business setting, but also put it into practice in my personal life as well, particularly in relation to our family. And yes, I find myself reverting back to it in lots of other situations outside the business.
When you do it, it isn't just for business owners, but for practice managers, it's fantastic as well. A big thing for me is, and I think it's something everyone shies away from on a daily basis, is things like conflict resolution. Having the tools to deal with that confidently, but to teach your team how to also deal with that personally has been incredibly useful, and something that maybe you shy away from dealing with, but you learn that actually it's something you absolutely have to deal with, and that the team want you to deal with as well. So
I went into the business thinking I pretty much understood how to run a business, but then quickly realised there was a whole aspect of frontline management that I had no idea how to manage. And the course has definitely helped me understand better on how important that is, and it's actually the bigger part of the business rather than the financial administration part. It's paramount to get that right, and coming on this course has basically taught me where to begin again. The course was absolutely valuable. I could never be where I am today or where I plan to go without having done this course.
Well, the big advantage I found is because with Paul's experience and Gary's experience as a veterinarian, and Paul's experience through his military experience, and also through business as a CEO, that you've got a great diversity there, and that's what brought me in the first place.
Ongoing support, real-time support. So not only are we learning fantastic content, but we're getting support and guidance on the fly in our day-to-day running of the business to implement these fantastic ideas and concepts and be better leaders as a result of them.
I didn't even think of the cost, Gary, to be honest. I said this is something I needed. I decided that I definitely needed these skills. It came at a perfect time for me as I was thinking about leadership and driving my business to the next level. It's an investment.
I think that, like any self-development, the investment is often a challenge to get your head around initially, but how do you put a value on a successful business running successfully into the future? I think it's invaluable and hands down paid for itself. So a great investment. If you're considering it, don't wait any longer. I think now's the time. Jump in. It's going to be worth its weight in gold for you and your business.
And I think the big thing is if you get the leadership and everything right, the rest all follows, and that's the big thing. It's focusing on the team, and everything else comes naturally as a result of having the right team in place. So.
In running a business, staff is your biggest cost, and most people would agree probably your biggest challenge. So why wouldn't you spend money on making that easier?